Hey everyone, it's SpursRail96 here. Welcome to another Train Sim World 4 livestream. Hope you're doing well out there, and I've had a good start to a new week, which is now upon us. So for today's livestream, I'll be turning the clock back to the late 1950s, taking a look at the first Steam route for Train Sim World, one of two so far. And that is, of course, Spirit of Steam. It was launched right at the end of Train Sim World 2's life cycle. Had a lot of hype about it. Dovetail did a great job with the marketing side of things. But unfortunately, the route as a whole under-delivered. But, you know, an old school route set in the Steam era, it stirs the heart, doesn't it? So I thought, let's do a stream on it. So let's take a look at the journey mode and see what it has to offer. We'll be doing some passenger services today. I think the last time I did a stream on Spirit of Steam was focusing on freight. So I think we should turn our attention to the passenger side of things. That's the through freight. I'm not going to be doing that. This is some passenger services here. Preston to London Euston. London Euston to Preston. We got one going from Liverpool Lime Street to Chester, but of course we'll be operating the service as far as Runcorn. So let's do that one. Sounds good to me. Okay, this is a stopping service with the Jubilee. And it's late at night. Okay. Oh, sorry, very early in the morning. Ooh. Before we do go any further, let's turn on the motion blur in aid of the stream's performance. Turn on the lamp here, see what's going on. So the reverse it to 25%. Okay, so the brakes have been released. Let's apply that. The ejector is closed. There's a small one somewhere, if I remember correctly. It should have a small ejector, shouldn't it? Oh well, I'll mess around with that in a second. What do we need to do? Uncouple the rear locomotive. So we'll go into the rear camera here. Of course, each Jubilee has a different set of names. This one is Sarah Wake. Let's uncouple. There we go, got the tail light on, that's what I like to see. Let's unlock the doors, allow the boarding procedures to commence. Large ejector, should be a small ejector somewhere, I swear this locomotive did have. Maybe it doesn't, maybe I'm wrong. Oh yeah, open the cylinders. But it is a nicely built model, the Jubilee. It was produced in the mid-1930s. So in between the First and the Second World War. You can see the animated fireman getting to work there. That's nice to see. Let's see, here we are at Liverpool, Lime Street. Very dark. What's our locomotive called? Hardy. I don't think Tom Hardy will be driving it somehow. So this is the map, that's Liverpool. This is Edge Hill Yard. Huge yard, albeit Sadly, very limited as far as shunting is concerned. I think you have one shunting service that take place, I think, just about here in this part of the map. That's the sheds where the locomotives are stored in the Liverpool area. And we are obviously going as far as Runcorn, I think. It's Runcorn, isn't it? Let me just check. Yeah, Runcorn. Okay, let's lock the doors. Wait for the brakes to fully release. You can see the gauge there. It's the brake cylinder pressure gauge. Looks about right to me. Let's go. We're off to the first station stop, which is Edge Hill. So Edge Hill is just over a mile away. Obviously we have to negotiate an incredibly tough gradient to get to Edge Hill first. This locomotive is very much capable of conquering that grade with ease. Relative ease. It's interesting that we now actually have technically 3 variants of the West Coast Main Line. We've got the West Coast Main Line, which, well, I think it starts roughly here and goes all the way to Crewe. Obviously this route is set in the late 1950s, I think it was 1958 if I'm not mistaken. Then you've got the West Coast Main Line South, which is set in the modern day, is modern day, right? Yeah, modern day. And then the Just Trains West Coast Main Line that is set in 1980, I think it was like 1980s, 87, 88, something like that. I think Blackpool was set, the Blackpool branches were set in 1986, so I think the other West Coast Main Line over Shampoo, I think it's called, not officially, but I think that's what most people have decided to call that route, made by Just Trains. That should be set in the same year, I think. Going up this hill, we're nearly there, believe it or not. It's a tough gradient, very tough gradient for this locomotive. Charlie Kurt official, where can you download Train Sim World 5 this week? The deluxe edition, to be precise. The normal version, standard version. Oh, we're running out of steam here, literally. It's difficult because I don't have the HUD on the left hand side for the Steam, so it is just a tad more difficult. Right, let's put the cylinders back open, get some air in there. I'm going to release the brakes. Just goes to show that operating a steam locomotive, virtually or in real life, is not easy, especially without the assistance of the HUD. Are we moving in the right direction? I think we're moving forward. I'm going to keep it at my usual 26-28%. Seems to be doing the job. Close the ejector. On the move. We're moving forward? Yes, we are. That's what I like to see. We're going to be late, but that's pretty much the standard with me in the streams. Kieran, Wednesday, and early access is on Wednesday, yeah. The 12th of September is when you can start to play Train Sim World 5 Deluxe Edition. That is a Thursday. The 17th of September, where everyone can play Train Sim World 5, Standard Edition customers. That is next Tuesday, the 17th of September. Too far from Edge Hill now. Approaching the station. Ah, I brake too soon. Oh well. Oh well. I mean, it's really dark, isn't it? Jesus. It is past 6 AM. It's not 6 PM. It is 6 AM, I can assure you. I can barely see the train. Blimey. But there it is. It's there, I can assure you. Charlie, Spurs Rail, can you download TSW5 tomorrow? No. Can't. Charlie, can you download TSW5 Deluxe Edition tomorrow? No. It says you can. But you can't. You cannot download it tomorrow. It's as simple as that. Dove2 haven't even shown off the German route yet. They can't show off everything and just release it, without a complete look at what you can get with the game, regardless if that's a deluxe edition or a standard edition. So, yeah, it ain't available tomorrow. Let me tell you, it ain't happening. Whether you like it or not, it's not happening. Okay, let's open the ejectors. And that's the brake pressure gauge. Once it gets over to 20, you can set off. There we go, all good. Let's go. Is the handbrake actually off? I've never bothered checking that. That must be the handbrake. Okay, the next stop is Sefton Park. Sefton Park, it's just over 1 mile away. Let's open the taps up. There we go. It's quite nice having the warm glow of the fire. Speed limit has increased to 40, will soon come back down to 20. Charlie Spursborough, could you auto download DSW Deluxe Edition tomorrow? No, you can't. Condor, hey, how are you? Nice to see you. Hope you're well. I'm very well, thank you. Hope you're well. Enough of the insults, Charlie. That's him gone. He or she, whoever. Come on, train, you can make it. Struggling with the gradients at the moment. How big is our train? 2, 3, I think it's like 5 coaches. Oh, I know. To change the HUD layout. I need a bit of assistance here. Even though I like to play in an authentic way, I'm afraid I do need a bit of help. I forgot how you change the HUD. How do you change it? It's been so long. Should be like a Steam thing, right? Where is it? Steam firing mode is automatic. Give me a second, peeps. It's on general, maybe. Save game, accessibility. Ah, HUD type. There we go. Off. Okay, no thanks. Simple, minimal. So I must have it on normal, right? Jeez, I forgot how different the HUD looks when it's like this. Come on, train. be like a small one. I swear there used to be. Used to be a small ejector. If not, then I really am losing the plot. There's a small ejector. I thought it was there. There we go. Right, bleating in front of me. I do apologise, people. God. Oh, you can tell I haven't played Steam in a while. That explains why we're struggling so much. The small ejector wasn't open. Apologies, peeps. Well, at least means the sun will be able to come up sooner. Something. There we go, that's better. Much better. Right, now I can turn the HUD back to how I normally would have it. Accessibility. Minimal. That's the one, right? Yeah, that's the one I like. Oh dear, we're holding up the express. That's not good. Hey Ben Davis, nice to see you. Hope you're well. Yeah, it's just one of those moments. Gondor, I'm afraid. Where the ejector was right in front of me, and I'm too blind to see it. I don't know. I'm getting old. That's my problem. I do get new glasses in a couple of weeks, so that should help. Ben Davis, well, Steam Train, better details, sound very well. To be fair, I think the sounds on the steam locomotives themselves are actually not too bad. I mean, if you look at one of the, I think the recording trips Dovetail did for Flying Scotsman at the Railway Museum and for the Jubilee at one of the Heritage Railways, I can't remember which one, they actually did a fairly decent job of, capturing the locomotive at work, with regards to sounds, running sounds, steam, whistles, all that kind of thing. So I think sound-wise they did a fairly decent job. It's the physics that really let the steam side of it down. And the problem now with Dovetail being owned by a different company is that, they tried their hand at another steam route, Peak Forest, which I thought the route itself was a much better product than Spirit Steam. The problem was just the appetite just wasn't there from a sales perspective, and that led them to get rid of Steam simply because, their reason was, what's the point making Steam content when there is, I'm sure, a lot of people that would enjoy Steam, but not everyone. And if that leads to small sales, they won't go any further with Steam because it simply doesn't generate enough money, to put it bluntly, as far as a businessman's hat on would think, but there you go. Hopefully maybe a third-party dev can throw in a steam locomotive, like a little steam tank engine or shunter for this route, get the freight side of things, these big yards in particular, at Edge Hill, here as well near Runcorn, and the little sideline little industries here and down at the this area here, which is completely inaccessible even on foot. So there's a lot of potential for this route to be improved. It would also be really nice if Dovetail improved the scenery aspect as well. I know it's not easy to get an accurate replica of, you know, Liverpool and Cheshire in 1958, but it would have been nice if the scenery was tidied up a little bit. You know, look at West Somerset Railway, that's gone through a massive improvement. Yes, it's set in the modern day, but the foliage and the landscape around the stations, just, you know, just these little touch-ups here and there make a big difference overall, in my view. So if Dovetail could do that to Spirit Steam, that would be fantastic, but they're not gonna, because, you know, that ship has sailed. So hopefully a third-party dev can come along, maybe not just polish Spirit Steam, but maybe bring a new Steam experience as well. Okay, let's release the injectors. The next stop is Mossley Hill. We're very, very late. As long as we make it, that's all that matters. Okay, we're over 20. Open the cylinders. I should have done that as soon as I opened the doors. Oh well, never mind. Still struggling to see the locomotive, but you can see the outline of it. Mossley Hill is just over half a mile away. Oh yes, I agree, Ben Davis. The new Class 104 will certainly give a boost to Peak Forest. Interested to see what those new freight wagons are going to be. I think there was some new freight wagons coming alongside the 104. It'd be fascinating to know what they are. Better stop. Oh, we're going a bit too far here. Oopsie daisy. My bad. It's hard to see. That's my problem. It's just too dark. Even though we're getting some form of light in the sky, it's not exactly enough for me. Yeah, we've missed by nearly 2 coaches. Oh dear. Oh well. Condor, feel like part of it is also just bad routes being made for steam. That is a good point, yeah. For example, imagine Hoboken and Jersey City steam routes, for instance. There's a lot of traffic on that alone. Very true. I think, yeah, an American steam route, I think that would be very interesting to explore. You know, especially with famous locomotives such as, you know, the Mallet and Challengers, Big Boys, etc. Okay, they're focused on freight mostly. You know, there's huge monsters of steam locomotives, but you know, there are other steam routes that can be portrayed in the US, narrow gauge, for example, like your clear creeks and so on and so forth. That would be really cool to see how that could work. The next stop is West Allerton. That's just over half a mile away. Thankfully for Spirit of Steam, it has had the upgraded lighting and cloud tech and weather system, so at least it makes Spirit of Steam look a little bit better. Still, to me personally, it doesn't hold a candle to Peak Forest, mainly because of the landscape, but it's a small improvement. Oh, that wasn't too bad. Could be worse, couldn't it? Yeah, a bit better. Much better. Again, seeing that glow of the firebox. That's cool. Is the lighting on in the coaches? I never thought to look. I think they're on. Yeah. They're on. Just. You can tell what lights was like in the 50s. No LED bright blue lights in those days. Most of them were, imagine, gas lamps. I don't know, I'm not an expert, but I imagine most of them would be gas lit. Then again, they did it, battery technology was invented long before the 50s. Okay, the next stop is Allerton, just over a mile away. Wait for the brakes to do its thing. Wait for them to release. Off we go. Getting a reasonably high level of people watching the stream or tuning in, so I'd like to say thank you for that. I appreciate it, even if you're just popping in for like 5 seconds. Every view counts, as they say, every little helps, so thank you for that. If you have enjoyed the stream so far and you like what you see or hear, then of course feel free to hit the thumbs up button below, and if you are watching for the first time, then I'd really appreciate it if you would consider subscribing to the channel. Speed limit of 15 coming up shortly. Mark Moss, hey, how are you? Nice to see you, hope you're well. was doing is research, I presume on the steam routes of probability in America or something like that. Here we are at Allerton. That'll do. It's getting lighter and lighter. A bit of a grey day by the looks of it. I thought we were going to get a pinky purple sky, but it looks to be like a grey, miserable morning by the looks of it here in Liverpool. But at least I can finally see the locomotive. It is a nice sight, a steam locomotive. It's always an emotional connection to it, even if you're not a steam enthusiast or not. You know, it's just remarkable that, you know, in the steam era, you know, every single piece of a locomotive was handmade. You know, no automated factories and, you know, using you know, robots and all that kind of stuff you see these days, or using technology, you know, computers and so on and so forth. None of that existed in the early part of the 20th century. I didn't open the cylinders. Take that chance. I'll open it for a second whilst we disengage the brakes, and we'll head to our next stop, which is Ditton Junction, which is right about there. Gaslit, pun intended. No, not at all. Not at all. I hear a train coming into the station. Oops. Train accelerate a second. This is another local service, stopping service that is. Maybe not actually. I've got 5 coaches. How many has this one got? 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh yeah, 5 as well. Obviously all the passenger services are hauled via Jubilee. This one is called Repulse. Ben Davis, but yeah, I know, Ben Davis. You're quite keen for the Swanage Railway to be included in Train Sim World. I've heard you mention that a few times. Will they do another Heritage Railway? I don't know. possible. I suppose it depends if it's going to be a commercial success. Unfortunately, that's how things are dictated by Dovetail. Within 15, there we go. Speed limit will increase to 70 once we just cross over. Yes, I am speeding, but only for a short period of time. There we go. Single locomotive in action from the exterior. Get a much better view of the route itself. The scenery isn't particularly exciting. Very industrial. Really picking up some speed. Nearly 50 miles per hour. That's a nice sky that we're starting to see now. A bit of pink in the air. Some pink fluffy clouds. Condor, Jersey City was Baltimore and Ohio, and New Jersey Central, Hoboken was Delaware, Lackawanna and Western, I see. Well, you know a lot more about American, steam, heritage, fallen flag routes than me, that's for sure. I don't know diddly squat. But it's fun, it's good to be educated on these sort of topics. As the old saying goes, you learn something new every day. Miraculous. You can tell why, drivers, when they switched from driving a steam locomotive to a diesel locomotive, they were very appreciative of the diesel age, because it was more comfortable and less noisy and less hard work, basically. I think Jeremy Clarkson, what did he say to describe a steam locomotive being in a cab of a steam locomotive. I think it was sit in the cupboard under the stairs at home with a noise as loud as this whilst looking at your central heating system. I think you couldn't be more right. Stop here, should do. Oh, we're gonna miss it. Oh dear. Oh dearie me. Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh, I failed. Oh, never mind. How far was I from there? Oh, I managed to... Oh no, I missed it completely. Now let's reverse the train. Let's open the cylinders briefly. Oh, well, technically we got at least one coach on the platform. Well, a quarter of it on. Oh well. Back we can go. I think the signal's there, so I don't have to go that far to be fair. That'll do. There we go. Go. Right, let's take a look around the station now. We've got a bit of sunlight to play with. There's the water tower. I don't know if the water crane can work. Oh, it does work, fair enough. One thing I will give credit on is the stations and the look of them. And the passengers, you know, set in that 50s era of fashion. Got some flowers. And some fictional late 1950s posters, like Clean's White Best, that's for a washing machine. That's the Merseyside Derby at Anfield. What else? Should be more. There probably is, but not in the station. Oh yeah, one of the collectibles here is these classic British Railways posters. This one is Scotland, with Mallard or Sir Nigel Gresley on the Forth Bridge. And here's another one of Wales. We'll be getting a Welsh route in Train Sim World in not too distant future. Yeah, it's a nicely modelled station. We've even got some 1950s or 40s era vehicles, buses and vans and cars and so on and so forth. So some nice little touches here and there. Oh, sugar. Yeah, I put it forward, don't worry. Need to wait for the brakes to release. Getting a bit ahead of myself. When the train wants to move, fair enough, let's go. Okay, V next and final stop is Runcorn, just under 2 miles away. Patty Epstein, this is Jeff. Hey Jeff, if I pre-order I can get it on the 12th? GSW5, you mean? I imagine if you pre-order it now, you should get it on the 12th. Well, it depends which version you want, of course. I don't know if there is a cut-off point for the deluxe or special editions. I don't know, to be honest with you. There shouldn't be. Condor, don't think you do on the free upgrade pack though. No. I don't think the free upgrade pack is even available at the moment. It'll be available once all the versions of the game have been launched next week. Down there, which are about to cross the River Mersey shortly. You can see that it's just an absolute web of sidings and yards and industry near the riverbank, and virtually none of it is usable. It's just pointless having it because it's just dead. There's no, even AI like services, scuttling around, shunting trucks around, putting trains together, taking them apart. It would be so much better if we had a tank engine, or even a Class 2F, a little dock tank steam shunter. Just bring these yards to life, because look at it, there's so much scope for, gameplay, and it's just sat there empty. Sad. Here's the River Mersey. We're just crossing it now. There's the bridge to transport vehicles on wheels and trains. And we got a long platform here at Runcorn. There we go, that'll do. Arrival at Runcorn. Well, we didn't exactly make it on time, but at least we made it. Regardless how broken these physics may be, at least the train moves. I remember when Dovetail was implementing a manual fireman mode. It never happened. Even the tutorial for it, I think once leaked into the game by an accident via an update. Yeah. So it looked like, I think it was close to completion, but maybe the physics side of things, Dovetail just couldn't get it to work. Never mind. But there we are. That took me a lot longer than it should have, but we finished it. Stopped at Edge Hill, Sefton Park, Mossley Hill, West Allerton, Allerton, Ditton Junction, and finally Runcorn. So let's return to the main menu and take a look at what else there is in store. Okay. Spirit Steam. I just actually thought in my head this could be the last stream I do on Train Sim World 4, as TSW5 comes out this week. Yeah. Kind of sad, really, but there you go. Because the problem is, it means I have to delete everything and reinstall everything all over again. Oh, God. Never mind. Jubilee. Drivers stopping service bound for London Euston from Acton Bridge to Crewe. Let's do that one then. And a bit of rain, it seems, in this particular service. A sip of tea, I think. Very British route. Needs a very British type of liquid. Oh, lovely. Of course, I think the British Empire was still a thing, I think, back in the late 1950s. Okay, driver stopping service bound for London Euston. Obviously, we're going as far as Crewe. This is 5 coaches again. Ooh, in the rain this time. Lovely. Not. Small ejector is fully open this time. That's interesting. Reverse in the 20s. I don't think I'll need the lamp on this time. So there's a bit of rain coming down, so that's going to be a challenge. So this is Acton Bridge. So we've got a little industry here. Wood seems to be the order of the day. You know, just these little industries here, you know, it would be nice if we could do some services with that. That'd be really cool. Right, we've got to wait at least 3 minutes, so we've got a little bit of time to kill. This is the locomotive once again, Hardy. Second service in a row. We've got the locomotive of Hardy. So we'll just wait until we can set off. Actually, no, let's take a look. We've got a little pond there or something. We got any posters in here? Yep. I've already seen those two. And that's about it. Not very much in the Cheshire countryside now. We're a long way from Liverpool. So that's the West Coast Main Line there. So the AI trains would take over the train at Acton Bridge and carry on off out the map to its virtual destination. This would have come from Preston. And since we're now on the West Coast Main Line, we'll be able to achieve the maximum permitted speed of 90 miles per hour. Crazy! That's pretty quick. For a steam locomotive, that is. Condor, I assume you're not getting the new routes until the Thanksgiving and Christmas sales at least, Spurs? No, I have pre-ordered it reluctantly. I didn't really want to, but you know, I felt, you know, I have to for the YouTube side of things. So, yeah, even though I'm not a big fan of the business practices that Dovetail have adopted recently, you know, whether it's jacking up the prices of routes to taking away a 2-year cycle of a main game to you know, having it now be a yearly release. You know, I still care about Train Sim World. And to be fair to Dovetail, the 3 main routes in the core game this time are a lot better than what Train Sim World 4 offered, I have to say. The East Coast Main Line was flawed from the very start. It was the wrong section that they've chosen. Dovetail chose the most boring part of the East Coast Main Line. That's just my view. They should have done either, I don't know, maybe a section further north, or West Coast, or east, the southern section of the East Coast Main Line. Esbjerg I thought was the highlight of the main trio of starter routes you get with Train Sim World 4. And Antelope Valley was interesting, but I prefer the San Bernardino line. You know, more stations, more action, and obviously 2 locomotives to play with instead of 1. So that's pretty cool. And the new German route hasn't been shown yet, I don't think. I don't know how to say it correctly. The Zingtalbahn, or however you say it correctly, I forget. That looks to be an absolute cracker on paper, that is. Anyway, let's get going. Let's put some sand in the tracks. There we go. The first stop is Hartford. It's just over 2.5 miles. Oh, we're wheel spinning. That's better. Coaches for a service going from Preston to London Euston, is there? 5 coaches. coaches. It's going to get full pretty quickly, I imagine. Unless all the coaches are first class, then perhaps not. Condor, I wonder if you could do the business side of things and make these tax deductions and stuff. Would be nice, wouldn't it? Condor, yeah, I'm glad you agree. Yeah. Frankfurt, Fluder, yeah. Yeah, it could have done Frankfurt to Mannheim, I must agree with you, but I don't know if that maybe was, I don't know, maybe it was too much of an undertaking in the time frame that they'd had, so they had to, you know, end the route at Fluder, which, you know, they've already made, courtesy from the, you know, was it Schnellwasstrecke Castle Rosenberg. Yeah, but the route itself, I think it's what, 64 miles, which is the longest route, I think, of the three. I don't know how many stations it's got, but I think it's more than, I'm going to guess, more than 20? I can't remember off the top of my head. I haven't got the map of it in front of me, but the German route certainly looks interesting. When I take a look at it, it'll be interesting to compare the West Coast Main Line and the German route and see which one, on paper at least, is a better option, or maybe the best route. I'll be interested to know, most importantly, how the hell is it going to run on PC and PS5. Okay, we are approaching Hartford. Just over half a mile to go. Kaiser or Kaiser Burrows, hey, how are you? Nice to see you. Hope you're well. Just going for a blast on Spirit of Steam. The West Coast Main Line. Yeah. I suppose it's nice to get into the swing of things like Train Sim 5 and West Coast Main Line and all that stuff actually flying the section of it, albeit set in a very different era, which we're going to so far south because we are at the end. Yeah, that's me talking too much, not paying attention. Oh yeah. Okay, not too bad. Well, it was bad, but it wasn't as bad as before. At least we stopped on the platform. So, welcome to our first stop of the journey. Nice little station. Hartford. There's one of the fictional posters. Show. Shadow dancing. They look very modern for late 1950s housing. Well, I suppose we are reasonably close to the 60s, aren't we? So maybe they were coming along. Don't know. Well, this house has a garden shed, a little vegetable patch. It's a nice view, wouldn't it, of the West Coast Main Line? That is if you're a train nerd, that is. If you want, then I imagine it must be very annoying having trains thundering up and down the main line, day and night. Just wait for the brakes to release, and then we can head off to the next station, which is Winsford, just under 4.5 miles away. Condor is absolutely good and not a slouch in his own right, though, especially with the layers. Yeah, yeah. I mean, the German route is interesting, not because of its route length, but I think what it can offer with regards to services and all that kind of stuff, and especially with the new intercity express train, the 411, the ICET. Wheel spinning again. Boo, let's go. It's difficult to keep on time, but it's a challenge. Let's take a look at it, shall we? Yeah, the German route is interesting. Yeah, 24 stations it's got. That's not too bad. Yeah, just looking at the information. The route, a short little snippet of the route itself. The German route, the what's it called? I keep forgetting the name of it, honestly. The Kingsigtalbahn, that's it. Yeah, busy main line with many stations. Frankfurt is apparently the busiest main station in Germany, by Hanau to Fulda stations of all different types and sizes, apparently. And of course it comes with the the deluxe edition. Players get access to the Flix train VR193 Vectron. I mean, I like the Vectron, I really do. I mean, we're now going to have, what, 3 versions of it. The Railpool version, Deutsche Bahn red version that's already coming with the Kingsigtalbahn, and now you're getting the Flix train variant. It would be nice if we had some good new, like brand new, in Flix train colours instead of the Vectron. They all rinse and repeat kind of thing. I mean, I understand that it's the interior is different, the exterior is different, and maybe the performance characteristics will change to passenger running, but it's probably nice to have something new, like brand new. But, yeah, that's the way it goes. But yeah, as far as the King's Head toll barn, I don't know how many services it has altogether. Doesn't say how many, like, altogether. But certainly offers a lot of variety. There's no question about that. All the way from Winsford. I think tomorrow I'll make a few videos on 3 new routes that's coming with TSW 5. It'd be nice to know what you have to say for themselves. So I'll definitely have a little read up on that side of things. I'll buy a farm. Or a dairy farm. Here we are at Winsford. Are they hay bales? Jeez. No wonder the cows are in a separate field. They don't want to go near them. Don't blame them. Were they animated? Nah, they're not animated, are they? No, just static. Frozen in time. Sorry, couldn't help it. Okay, let's release the brakes and head to the next and final stop, which is Crewe. Right there. Again, look at the huge yards. It's cool you can do, a couple of depot moves, taking the locomotives in and out of service. Again, you can't, put trains together, etc., etc. Even the big yard here. What's annoying as well with the, when you take a locomotive out of the sheds ready for service, you can't actually, oh, what happened there? Okay. What happened there? Where did that come from? Okay, fair enough. It says apparently I failed. Didn't do anything, I was just sat there. Oh, God, this game, honestly, sometimes. But yeah, what was I saying? When you prepare the locomotives for service, you can't actually, refill the tender with coal or with water. You can in the tutorial, but it isn't carried over into any of the services. As far as preparation is concerned, which is very, very disappointing. Yes, you can do it in some scenarios, but that's not the whole point, is it? A big part of operating steam locomotives is getting them ready. By filling them up with water, filling them up with coal, and if you can't even do that, then for what? I imagine a big chunk of its gameplay, and that's not very good. Right, what's this one? Operate the Stania Jubilee class locomotive and express services. The Manxman, I already did that service. I thought I did that like a couple of years ago. Would have been registered by now. This is a semi-fast service from Runcorn to Liverpool. Rush hour apparently. Merseyside Express. Chester to Crewe. Blackpool to London Euston. That's from Acton Bridge to Crewe. That's in the snow actually. Into the fire. Operate the most challenging conditions apparently. And surprise, surprise, that's the Jubilee and the 8F. Let's prepare the locomotive for service. That's an express brake van tour. Let me just check the time. It's 10 past 10. Well, I'll try and do one more service. Oh, I've got an idea. Just thought came into my head. Let's see if I can pick up that service on foot. Where was it? Bridge. I think it was Winsford, wasn't it? What time was that service meant to arrive? I think it was like 10 past 11 or something, wasn't it? So maybe if we get there for 11:05, maybe 22nd of May. Okay, fair enough. Have a bit of light rain like it was before, and we'll just wait for the service, and we'll pick it up from there. And we can finish it. Because I don't want to just restart the service again for the sake of it. Here we are, back at Winsford with the mooing cows. Unfortunately, there's no PIS displays. Obviously, they didn't exist in the late 1950s. Well, I think a form of PIS displays worked. I think it was like chalkboard style on posters, maybe, but they don't seem to have it at the station. Honestly, I should be like playing some 1950s kind of copyright-free music in the background. That'd be really, really cool. Now, where's the service? Should be somewhere nearby. I'd be amazed if we've missed it. There's a nice car in the background I can hear. Where's it gone? There it is. It's a fair way out, but I don't think it has any additional stops. There's one there, maybe. That's okay. I can wait. We can get an experience of the sights and sounds. Oh, there's a fire bucket thing there. There you are. That's something to do. Damn, those cows need their food. Or they just really, really don't like the rain. I don't blame them, to be fair. Over the bridge. Some interesting cars there. Like the green van as well, that's cool. Is that the postal van? Oh, looks cool. Oh, you can even go back there. Oh, no, you can't. Never mind. Thought you could for a second. This is the ticket booth. You don't have to have actually modelled it to, well, ish to a degree. There's no way in or out of the ticket booth, but it's there. Is this the way out? That's the way out. Obviously, it's blocked off. I'll give credit to the signals. Yeah, they look very, very good. I haven't had any signalling issues. You know, them being stuck at red and not being able to go anywhere. Apart from that issue I had, which terminated the service in the first place at Winsford. I don't know why the game decided to chuck me out, even though I hadn't even moved. And the signal was green upon departure, so not sure what was going on there. A dovetail thing. It's a train sim world thing. There's always something that will go wrong, unfortunately. But we'll just wait. I can wait. Question is, can you wait? See what the train is doing. Is it on the move? And in the groove? Yes, it is. It's on the move. Not too long now. I'm staggered because you know, in the actual timetabled service, you know, I was operating. I was due in at 11, and even the AI is going to struggle to meet that deadline of 11:11. So yeah, the timings are very, very difficult to. Well, it's difficult to be on time, basically. But hopefully, when I pick up the service from Winsford, it will allow me to continue the journey to Crewe. And then once I've gone to Crewe, then I can call it a day. See if that train is the train stopped at the next station. The one before Winsford, that's the station there, I think. Yeah, it's coming at some rate of knots, but I don't think it's going to get from there to Winsford in under 60 seconds somehow. Would be lovely if it could, but that's just not possible. Surprised the people haven't got the umbrellas up. I thought that would be that was a thing, right? Especially when TSW3 came out, and this was part of Train Sim 3 at launch. So I'm surprised they haven't got no umbrellas. Stufftail didn't want to implement any, I don't know, maybe some 1950s design umbrellas. I don't know. Yeah, that train is it stopping at the station? I think it is, isn't it? Yes, it is. Well, we'll just wait. Well, I think it's a good time for me to say if you'd enjoyed the stream so far, you like what you have seen so far, then yeah, feel free to hit the thumbs up button below. And if you are watching for the first time, be it live or on playback or watched any of my other videos, then yeah, I'd appreciate it if you would subscribe to the channel for more streams. Now, I don't know if the next stream is actually going to be on TSW5 or not. The only question being is that I'm wondering, when you download the digital deluxe edition, do you actually get to download everything else when, you know, the digital deluxe edition comes out, or do you have to wait until, you know, the whole kit and caboodle is released and you can download everything all over again? What I mean by that is, you know, all the other routes and stuff I have, you know, like Spirit of Steam, as an example. I don't know. that question was never answered in the Q&A, so I'll only find out when I'm able to download it on Thursday. I just have this terrible vision that I'm going to download Train Sim World 5 and find out that all my other DLCs that I have, I won't be able to download it until the following Tuesday. And that's going to drive me up the wall to no end, because I want to experience, all the new routes at full capacity. What I mean by that is, operating a timetable with everything installed, all the layers, AI services, etc., etc. But, yeah, we'll wait and see. Be interesting to see if Train Sim World 5 is smaller, size-wise, or gigabyte size than TSW4. Because, I think San Bernardino line is smaller than Antelope Valley, and East Coast Main and West Coast Main Line South is 30 miles shorter than the East Coast Main Line, and the only exception being the German route. Kingsigtalbahn, that is obviously, I think, longer than Espan-Voorburg. I'm not sure, actually. I think Espan-Voorburg is shorter than Kingsigtalbahn, but I think Espan-Voorburg has more stations than Kingsigtalbahn, so I'm not sure. But yeah, it'll be a welcome change if the base game is smaller than GSW 3 and 4. That would help, because in its current capacity, I think this game is taking up nearly 220 gigabyte of storage, which I could do having some of it back, so I could use some other games. Would be nice. I've had to delete one of my Assassin's Creed games just to make up some storage, even though I have an external terabyte hard drive installed. I could get a bigger storage hard drive, external hard drive storage, like 3 or 4 terabyte, but it's way too expensive. It's like over £100 in the UK to get one, and I'm not going to pay that. That's not an option. It's not that I can't afford it, I can afford it. It's just, I think it's just a stupid price for some additional storage, so I can wait. Right, how's Hardy V Engine doing, if it is Hardy pulling the service this time? It's thundering along the track. It's not too far from the station. A whopping nearly 5-6 minutes late. Even I was earlier than the AI. That's a first. Condor, sounds like you need a gaming laptop. I don't think I could. If I was to go to PC, the problem with it being is that I don't have room for a gaming PC or a PC in general in my room. I don't want a laptop or anything like that. I'm not interested in having a laptop or a MacBook or anything like that. If I want to, play play gaming on a PC, I would want a purpose-built PC, or even a custom-built PC from the ground up. And whilst I'd have the money to do that, I just don't have the room to do that, unfortunately. So it is what it is. And most annoying thing of all of that is that if I wanted to get a new desktop PC to focus on Train Sim World, it means I have to probably spend God knows how much money, because I have to rebuy everything all over again, and I don't really want to do that, to be honest. You know, I complain enough as it is, you know, paying for, you know, some DLCs that are, you know, very much rinse and repeat, but, you know, paying the same DLCs twice over, I don't think I could do that. Because that will amount to probably 5, maybe even, dare I say it, 6-figure number, and I don't want to do that. Okay, but we're back aboard the train. Normal service has resumed. Everything is fully open. That's good. What is the service taking over? What's the train this time? Ah, it's Rodney. Getting the feeling of only fools and horses for some reason. And Derek Trotter. Can have a race between this locomotive and Trotter's van. That'd be quite fun. Apparently we have not locked the doors, apparently. We're not late, are we? No. Well, we are late, but I didn't arrive here late. Let's close the doors again. That's annoying. Okay. Should we just go? We should just go. We got a green. Let's go. Wait for the brakes to release. Train, work with me. There we go. Well, I've locked the doors, but the game doesn't seem to be registering it, so well, either way, the next and final stop is Crewe. Let's figure out which platform we're stopping at. We're due in at, well, I don't know what time we're due in actually. 11:28. So we've got a bit of catching up to do. If we had some diesels running around on here. This is more like the transitional period between steam and diesel. Some not Westerns, I don't know what kind of diesel locomotives you'd have in the late 50s, / early 60s. I'm sure actually. Maybe a warship or something like that. Maybe.
Realised I've got no fireman with me this time. That's a shame. He disappears sometimes. I don't know why.
Get on the brakes, we have a speed limit of 20 coming up as we are approaching Crewe. The next stand. Okay for me. Brakes are fully released. Speed slightly without wheel spinning. On the final approach to Crewe. Okay, so we're coming in on platform 4, I think. I think we're stopping at right at the end of the platform. Yeah, for that platform, yeah. Right where the water tower is. So we should be okay. So here we are, we've finally made it. Here we are at Crewe. That'll do. I don't think the game will register it as complete, but I think it is complete as far as I'm concerned. Managed to do it. And here we are, Crewe. Wonder why the game won't register it. It's annoying, isn't it? Oh well, never mind. We made it. That's all that matters. I think we'll call it a day. Well, there we are. That concludes the latest stream. Maybe the last on Train Sim World 4. I'm not sure. I'll have to wait and see. I'll have to see what condition TSW5 is in when it launches. In a few days' time. But yeah, hope you enjoyed this stream on Spirit of Steam, the good old late 1950s Steam roots. If you'd enjoyed it, like I said earlier, then feel free to hit the thumbs up button below, and if you are watching for the first time, live or on playback, then I'd really appreciate it if you would consider subscribing to the channel. For next stream, whatever game it will be on, it's either 4 or 5, that's for certain. The next stream will be same time, same day, Monday the 16th of September 2024, and the route we'll be taking a look at, I have absolutely no idea, to be honest with you. It will be either the West Coast Main Line south, or the Schnellfahrstrecke Kassel to Würzburg. Could be one of those two routes. But yeah, I'd like to say thank you very much for watching. Take care of yourselves. Enjoy the rest of your week, and I'll see you next time.